I ask them to repeat what I say to make sure that you hear, and they hear, so they know what the medicine is that they're taking or whatever it is. So I'd love to know that you're hearing what we're saying when you speak to us later, and reiterate some of the things that we want, okay? Now, you ran in the House for Speaker of the House and a couple years ago, and you had the Freedom Caucus behind you. And the Freedom Caucus, yes, well, that's what was, no, good, then you can tell us about it later, all right? But this is what I read in the history of that. And the Freedom Caucus, I understood, represented you and was behind your candidacy for that position. That group of Republicans have stopped everything from going in Congress, even what the Republicans want, all right? The voting no for the repeal. Thank you. One time they did support us in some way, but they're trying to change that now. All right, I have a sister that has a pre-existing condition of a cardiac condition. It's on the ACA. We'll lose her insurance. All right, it doesn't work. It works for small business and small business people. All right, you voted for mentally ill people who are not able to care for their own money and have the judgment to use their own money, that they can have guns because of their civil rights. All right? And the common sense solution is to go back to the judge to decide whether they do have the competency for $75,000, rather than putting that many guns in the hands of people who don't have the judgment or control. But their civil rights are important. But me as a woman, my civil rights aren't that important. Me as a gay woman, my civil rights are not that important. You take it away from me. If I wanted to get a job and they knew I was gay, I was fired. All right? Why? Why? But you don't want to protect my rights, but you're protecting these mentally ill people's rights. All right? Corporations. Corporations are not people. They're people have hearts. They beat. They eat. They need a place to live. Corporations aren't that. But what's happening here? We're feeding the corporations. Subsidies, taxes, Shell, all these people. Not our schools. Your children were homeschooled. Your children were homeschooled. Your wife was home. I, as a nurse, couldn't do that. All right? I couldn't homeschool children. Neither can these minimum wage people who are barely able to buy milk for their children. How are they going to homeschool their children? It doesn't work. Public education is what got us here. And I got my education free from the city of New York in the early 60s and 70s, so did Clayton Powell and many of us. And it can be done. And it can be done. You, sir, obstruct. And that's what I have seen all along is obstruction. So show me what you haven't obstructed. Tell me about it. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Helen Yetall, and thank you, Mr. Webster, for being here today. And I want to thank Krista Pearson for listening to me and Maureen the other day when we were asking for you to have your listening sessions. And we're very, very happy with her. She's a very kind, nice young lady. I am here to let you know what my concerns are. And since Trump took office and appointed his cabinet, agency heads seem to be there to stop progress in their particular areas. Scott Pruitt, for example, he denies climate change. He is allowing an insecticide to be used on strawberries that has been proven to cause brain damage in children. All these agencies seem to threaten to take us backwards instead of forwards. But my main emphasis for being here today is immigration. Trump promised to deport criminals that posed a danger to us. But instead, he is trying to keep out war refugees that have been thoroughly vetted and only want to be safe here in this country away from the war-torn regions that they're from. Whatever happened to give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to be breathed free, the wretched refuse from your teeming shores. Send these homeless tempests tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. I recited that a lot as a child, and I believe in that. I'm second generation from Poland, and let me tell you, my grandparents believed in that. My mother and father believed in that. We were families of including people, not excluding people.
Can you summarize this?
I'm getting there. Then there are many stories of Mexicans who have been living here for years, reporting to immigration on a yearly basis, getting social security numbers, paying taxes, raising families, working every day and owning businesses. Now reporting to immigration this year and being whisked away off to detention camps and being thrown out of this country. It's not because of huge crimes, perhaps a 10-year-old DUI, or some small thing that has already been taken care of, or perhaps still pending, but now they face immediate deportation. And I'm sure that you've all heard the story of the man, Robert Bierstein, who's been living in the United States for 20 years. He's married to an American, and she happened to vote for Trump.
We've seen it all in the news. It's all on the news.
That's okay. He worked at the restaurant. He finally bought. And now we have a businessman who is locked up in Mexico.
Good.
And what he's not now being able to tend to his business.
Good.
And for no reason at all. People need to understand the Mexican-American history going back from when we took the West from Mexico. We need to go back to that.
Next,
We need
next,
to go back to
next.
that and understand that, because it is very important.
Next.
And
Can we
this problem
talk?
should
Can
have
we
been
talk back
taken
here?
care of for years ago, but it wasn't. So now it's our time and our turn to help these people and take care of the
Yay,
problem.
yay.
Get them all out of the country.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Very brief. Thank you for being here. All I'm concerned with is, as a Vietnam veteran and a Purple Heart recipient, I don't want to go into another war. I just thank God that I don't have sons. I was in the Marine Corps, I joined, but all my friends were drafted. Please, we don't need another war. We don't need to go into Syria. We don't need to go into Korea. We don't need to go into Afghanistan. We don't need that. Take care of your own people.
Thank you.
Take care of the veterans. If you want to start a war, go down to the hospital in Tampa, Haley, and watch the kids now that are over there. 20, 22, 23 years old with no freaking legs.
Yeah.
Go in the new wing in the back, and you see the kids in stretches. They'll never walk again in their lives. Take care of the vet.
We do, we love the vet.
Thank you.
I'm wondering where all the young people are. Is there another
They're
meeting?
Working.
Yes, is there going to be a meeting in the
Hopefully
evening?
there
This
should be.
afternoon, between 5 and 6 at Ridge Manor.
We do, we have evening meetings. Congressman has a schedule, that's why we're going all day long and getting to all the cities we can, sir. Please go ahead, you have your
I
comments.
didn't know about the later meeting,
Okay, go ahead.
and I'll be there. Somebody was supposed to notify me, and nobody did. I left
But
my
you're
name
here,
and
sir, and
address.
you've had your moment. Do you have a comment?
I voted for you.
I think that's off.
Now it's on.
No, it's not working.
I voted for you. It's probably not working. I voted for you. I think you've been doing a fine job. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm a veteran.
There you go.
I just want what's best for my country.
Good.
I don't care about anybody that doesn't live here. I'm sorry, I've been over there killing them people. I don't want to bring them here, okay? I want to take care of my kids. I have an 11-year-old daughter. She's a lot more important than anybody that is overseas. Your grandchildren should be more important to y'all. Come on. I'm sorry, there's a lot of crap in Washington, and everybody here agrees with that.
Yeah, a lot of
But let's take care of us. And let's take care of our veterans first, because they're the ones dying, losing their legs, and getting up every day for garbage wages, by the way. did that for a long time. Everybody has their own passionate issue, but our real issue should be America and Americans and our children. Thank you.
Okay, sir, you're next.
All right, thank you. Thanks for being here today. I just want to say that I am, would look at myself as a glass half full and filling up kind of person. I was raised in a positive atmosphere. America is the United States of America is the greatest country by far that has ever been on this planet and will ever be. We have the most potential. Anything we set our mind out to do, we can do it. The Affordable Care Act, I was in favor of repeal. I just wonder where along in the line did replace come into part of it also. We don't need another giveaway program. And there's plenty of compassion.
not a giveaway, sir.
Are you actually saying?
Let him speak.
Who could possibly say that there's not enough compassion in this country, the United States, the most generous country that's ever been on the planet? And what's scary is the people here snickering now that hate this country. They don't like this country. Is America the bad guy? No.
The opposite.
Um,
I think he's had a minute. Cut everybody off, or you. Some people
Bring
have
this
4 or
one
5 minutes.
I was
Are
just
you
about
done?
to say that. I am done, and
Done.
thank you so
Yes.
much. The left, they're so tolerant.
Yes, ma'am.
No,
Yes,
the
sir.
opposite.
Yeah, sure. I'll speak. Hey, Mr. Webster, thanks for holding this listening session. I actually got to duck out at 10 because I have to be at work later on. So my only question is considering your job and all the concerns that everyone has laid upon you today, whether it's for or against or whatever they stand on, my question for you is, considering your history, your voting record, and your hits and misses, why should we, if you continue to seek re-election, why should we vote for you again in 2018 if you're not serving all of your constituents?
Thank you.
So, from a practical standpoint, I don't see how your voting record has earned my buy-in for your future re-election. That could change in 2 years. So,
Thank you, sir. Are you done? Okay, thank you. Okay, Leanne?
Yes, I'd like to say something. These meetings like this is causing a lot of havoc in this country. And instead of people bonding together and trying to make this world better, everybody's trying to have their own little world and their own little saying, and it's just becoming one great big mess. This country needs to bind together, support your president, although there's a lot of people don't like him. I mean, but he's there. So why don't you join in with everybody, and let's make this country great again.
That's what we're here
instead of
doing.
That's what we're here trying to
arguing over everything.
Ma'am, do you have a comment?
Sure, I just wanted to give a little personal thing about the Affordable Care Act and how I think that something needs to remain of this. I spent the last 20 years in Australia where I had, publicly provided